beloved Ascension Pioneers, and welcome to another one of my Ascension updates. So we had some solar flares recently, which I think goes really along with the lines that we're going to have a full moon in Pisces, and this happens this Monday, Tuesday, and it's the kind of energy that really brings into culmination everything that we've experienced so far, especially what we've been experiencing this summer. In this video in particular, I really wish to address the topic of moving deeper into union in our purpose, because a lot of times we still like to exclude things from our purpose as it's something we really are focused on doing, and if there's other things that are not fully in alignment with it, we like to think in terms of it, if that's all there is, and then if it isn't the way we thought it was, then it doesn't match our purpose. So the thing is that our purpose is who we are. This week I had a beautiful beloved dream. And sometimes I have these messages coming through this energy. And towards the end of the dream, I asked the person who was, in the energy essence of the beloved. And I said, so what is our purpose? And he said, well, everything. And this is something I've always felt inside of me. So to be really ourselves, to be authentic, is to really move beyond any illusions of separation, as to think that the purpose is what we do. And the doing part is such a small fraction, even as a human experience where we are now. And as you know, a lot of us as volunteer souls, sometimes we come to this place, we take things a bit too seriously sometimes. And although it is a task, we have many tasks that in our linear reality as it is now, it's just how it's done, step by step. There is no other way. Although our souls are already timeless, they don't exist in this perception. So they exist beyond time and space, and they already have all of this, so it's just up for us to embody it. And what I also want to address in this video is, you know how there's people who only believe in the vertical experience, so the source, so that you're everything and anything and all that is physical and everything. There's no steps, there's no initiations, there's no growth, there's no expansion. It doesn't exist. I think especially in the Buddhist traditions, they have like this kind of awareness that, almost denying the aspect of creation, which is constant expansion. So I always like to stress that both are important, source and creation. And beings who are very evolved, very benevolent and evolved, they know that they're creator beings. And I want to also add this to this topic today. So what does it really mean that we move deeper into union with our purpose? Is to embrace everything that's happening in our lives that is our purpose. Sometimes I notice people who call themselves light workers give a lot of conditions to what they're doing. I've recently noticed somebody saying, I've given so much, I've done this work, the healing work for everybody for years, now I need to return something back, and it's just how it is. And sometimes people ask people for donations because they really feel they deserve it, because they're doing all this work. And you see, this is how we move into separation, because we forget that we already are the purpose. It's the moment we think, well, we're doing it, so we need to receive something in return, that we move into separation from our source. Our purpose is intrinsically connected to who we are. It's not like me as an Ascension guide, as an Ascension pioneer, one day I say, oh, I need a break from this. You cannot have a break from this, because it's who you are. For me, I don't perceive it as, of course I do a lot of work sometimes, but I don't really perceive it as work. There's people who don't always understand this. They say, well, wouldn't you rather have fun and enjoy? And of course I do that. But there's a lot of devotion in what I do, because it's just what I'm here to do, and I don't even perceive it as such. I perceive it as creating. Of course, sometimes we all get out of balance. This is a human aspect. We're learning to be more balanced with how we live our purpose, and it's natural to do it more naturally, to do less and to create more. This is our motto in the New, actually. But we're all still kind of expanding into how we do this. But it's not something conditional. It's not saying, source, I'm working for you, now please return a little bit back to me. This is very old. This is an old perspective, because you think you're giving, and you're not receiving. And you're just doing this yourself, because when we work ourselves too much, when we take things too seriously, that is our own perspective that starts to grow inside of us, and we feel that we don't get compensation for it. It's because we don't allow ourselves to receive that compensation, to receive a little bit back. But the thing is, when we really live in a state of oneness, in purity, we always live in that balance of giving, receiving, which we don't even have a perspective as such anymore. We're just creating. We don't even think of things anymore as giving and receiving. We think of things as creating. So our next level is to be not just giving and receiving beings, but creator beings. And when I really perceive that I am the purpose, wherever I am, the purpose is me. It lives in me. You know, sometimes I think of myself, you know, I feel maybe slightly out of balance if I do too much work, which is more masculine energy, which feminine is being and receiving and activating that new, and then the masculine part of us shares it, put it out, sunshine, you know, the sun shining, radiating, sharing. And when we kind of fall a bit out of that balance, we might be tempted to say, oh, well, why not just need a break from everything? But again, this is because the doing aspect we kind of perceive as the purpose. But the purpose is our vibration. It's what we emanate out, and you're already doing it. When you are doing your self-work, when you focus on being the vortex, when you're the pillar. Sometimes people don't understand these things. They think, well, this person is working so much, why'd I do it? Why don't they just light a cigarette and relax? It's just everybody has different desires. Everybody's driven by a different force in their lives according to what their purpose is. But it's what they feel inside. It's who they are, because the feeling belongs to who we are. And it's not a separate thing. So for all of you light workers, I really put it in your heart to really start embracing yourself more. The moment you will think of yourself, I'm giving so much, why am I not receiving back? You know, why are people not getting it? Why are they not donating? Why are not? It's just... sometimes we gotta be the pillars, and it will take time sometimes for the rest to follow. But we don't just stop doing it because we perceive the world is not directly responding to as we would like it to be. And again, this is not coming from our highest self, which is, you know, spirit is neutral. The state of spirit is neutrality. Well, the state of our soul is joy. And when we move our spirit into embodiment, that neutrality needs to flow through joy, and then it comes to the human experience and it's felt. That joy becomes embodied through soul-infused personality. So if we're not feeling joyful, whatever we're doing, then we're really not aligned with our soul purpose, is it? So this is where we need to move deeper and beyond that separation. As well as, like I wanted to say, the separation when people say, you know, there is no steps. There never was. You know, this week somebody constantly commented on one of my posts, you know, something like they didn't agree with, which is okay. But I don't need to be seen as somebody who's sharing things wrongly just because I say it as, you know, I'm guided to. And if somebody really doesn't resonate, they have their own space to share. You see, this is where we move into the separation, because there's so many levels of awareness. And there's beings who think all they need is source. They just need to meditate all day and not do really anything in a way to create. And then there's beings who already past that. They just want to create all the time. And they know that the purpose is what they're creating. And it's their vibration. So, you know, there's source and there's creation, and both are one. And also it's related to the new relationships we're moving into. And that is what I said. It is so important to understand that you come into union with somebody, you cannot be separate from them. You grow with them, you expand with them, you share with them. This is the way of the new. This will be new relationships on a new earth. Not everybody yet, you know, gets this, because some still want to form relationships based on the old, and it's fine. It's just that a lot of us need to hold that space for the new, even if there's not other people yet following. It's okay. We continue to hold the space of that because we know what is really important for this new. There's something new. It's not yet maybe been experienced by us before on this planet, but it doesn't mean it doesn't exist and it's not possible. So the more we will move beyond the separation, the deeper understanding of it will be. And when we have understanding, we have the wisdom to live it. So as you know, understanding, the knowing through experience is wisdom. And before I stop, I want to read from the Keys to the Universe. I just finished this book last night. I've been reading it for so long because I've been just reading chapters. The last one is called Oneness, the last key to the universe. And it's such a beautiful writing from Diana Cooper that I decided to read it for all those of you who don't have the book, so you can listen and share the space here with me now. Okay, so oneness. We are all one. All are aspects of Source, and when you know this, your frequency rises to that of Source. You see the light of God within everyone, and as you see it, you energize it to expand. When you are in oneness, your heart is totally open. Your illumined self gives freely, receives gratefully, it utterly compassionate and empathetic. You accept everyone exactly as they are with glowing love in your heart. You are the heartbeat of the universe. When you know oneness, you're open and clear about everything in the universe. You see and understand with gratitude the work of the elementals. You honor and love the angels. You walk hand in hand with the masters. You communicate telepathically with rocks, crystals, plants, trees, elementals, the elements, animals, insects, people, angels, unicorns, masters, ancient wise ones, and God. You automatically bring forward your own ancient knowledge from this planet and your stellar connections. You can also telepathically access information, knowledge, and wisdom from all sentient beings. You live in the vibration of truth, so you trust completely and feel safe. This automatically allows you to feel divine peace. You become claircognizant, so you know all there is to know. You're completely self-contained and in total balance. You're equally connected to the earth and heavens with the true sense of who you are as an earth being. You trust the divine flow and know all is provided. Under the law of attraction, you draw in like souls and all radiate joy. Your cells visibly radiate and glow. The halo. Your intuitive understanding of sacred geometry means you are automatically aligned to the divine blueprint. You use it spontaneously at all times, for example, when laying out food on your plate. The qualities of the elements are balanced in your personality. So earth, water, air, and fire. You know everything and are free. At the same time, you rejoice in the daily wonder of life, the miracle of nature unfolding. You are pure and innocent. Your 12 chakras are open at all times and you're fully connected with your soul, monad, source, and hollow earth. It also says at the end, no one who has ever incarnated has yet attained oneness, but this information has been given to us because it is going to be possible to do so by 2032. And as you know, we don't have to wait that long because we are the ones who can do it, who are doing it, who every day we make a step towards that. And like I always like to say, each day is a chance to realign ourselves again. And remember, when you are of service, your vibrationally instantly rises. When you share all you have to share, every realization you have, everybody has something to teach about, to share about. It's not even like teaching as we knew it in the old, it's just sharing from our heart space. And if you also visit the Larkmas page, this is the Pleiadian perspective, the Pleiadian view I really resonate with. They also share very similar podcasts. These are free MP3s, of course, donation-based, just like my work. If you really feel you've benefited somehow, you're free to make that heart-based donation, and that's it. Nobody forces you to do it. You gotta feel with your own heart. So before I go, I need to also share that I have a birthday special today. Not today, well today, of course, because all is now. But this month, September is my birth month, and because I always like to feel that this is when I feel so much abundance and I want to give a bit of it out. Although, I always do that. I always share freely whatever I know, what I feel. It's just I give all. I pour everything out. But I also decided to include something additional, which is the offer is shared via a bulletin on my webpage, ascensionpioneers.org. And the offer stands for this month. If you get a Skyception love session with me this month, then you will get into a draw to win another complimentary one plus a free aura reading and painting. So if you feel drawn to that, check out my webpage, see what it says, and yeah, I'll see you soon. I hope this made some sense, and we gotta do the work. We're the ones who need to move through every barrier that was ever placed here on this planet as a separation, and nobody else will do it. So deep intimacy within, without, it's what it is. Alignment, vertical, horizontal, oneness. Take care, I'll see you soon. So much love, wisdom, and power. Bye-bye.